Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Izzat bin Ismail and I will explain about the Nudler Tushman Congruence model introduction. So this model developed by David A. Nudler and Michael L. Tushman in the early 1980s. So uh, this model based on the principle that a team or organization can only succeed when the work, the people who do it, the organizational structure and the culture all fit together, or in other words, where they are congruent. This is figure 1. Figure 1, this is all congruent. Work to culture, to structure, to people. When there is incongruence or a poor fit between those four elements, problem will arise. So this is a tips. Before that, I will give an example. You may have brilliant people working for you, but if your organization culture is not a good fit for the way they work, their brilliance won't shine through. So this is a tip. It also useful tool for thinking through how to change you make within a team or organization will impact upon other areas. So this is how we use the congruence model. To apply the congruence model, look at each component and then analyze how they relate to one another.
For the step 1, we need to analyze each element. For the first element is work. Firstly, we need to start by looking at the critical tasks that underpin your organization performance from two perspectives, which is what work is done and how it is processed. Next, we need to identify skills and knowledge needed for the work. It can be mechanical skills or own creativity. Mechanical skills will guide us to do the work, while with creativity, the work will become masterpiece. The second element is people. Firstly, we need to identify who will participate and integrate to make sure the job in the company being done successfully. We need to make sure they have their own skills, creativity, ability, and passion to give the best of their work and understand how they wanted to be rewarded. This is to make sure they feel appreciated by the company and have motivation to do more best day by day. Third element is organizational structure. We need to map the organization structure, system, and process so the whole flow of work will be done smoothly. Also, find out whether there are distinct business units or divisions, for example, regional, functional, or product market specific. The last element is culture. Identify beliefs of everyone on the company because every individual have their own unique belief, way, and attitude to perform their job. By understanding them, we might be able to create a good chemistry and work well with each other. Also, understand the unwritten rules such as respect each other and have passion with your job.
The next step is analyze the relationship between the elements. Now we organize the four elements into the following six pairs and analyze how they interrelate. In terms of the making the best strategy for your organization, you need to find how to do and what to do. So when we have the strategy to actually improve our organization or our employee, we will have this transformation process within our organization, which usually involve work, people, organization structure, and culture. So as we can see, all of these actually interact with each other in terms of for us to actually determine the best way to ensure or the best strategy to ensure the organization can actually achieve their goals, mission, and vision. Is that considering all of this when we plan a strategy within our organization. So when we this plan strategically, we can see that the output of the organization or group or individual can actually improve from time to time. So how can we actually identify whether this thing could bring benefit from this model or Congress model? It can bring benefit is that we can always seek for feedback from our employee.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nifail Azim bin Abdul Muttalib. So now I will explain to you about steps 3, which is build and maintain congruence. For the first point is identify the relationship between the different elements and the level of congruence between each pair. It is now time to start thinking about how to superchange the performance of your business by changing the relationship between these elements. Next is concern any problems in your business performance by resolving all the incompatibilities and incongruences you uncovered in the previous step. To do this, you need to take a deeper look into the problem and try to determine the kind of changes that will help eliminate the incongruence. Here, you need to be very careful because a change in one element will affect multiple relationships. Therefore, as you think up and move forward with strategies to resolve the incongruence, you need to make sure that your solution of choice does not negatively affect other relationships. For instance, if you notice that work is not congruent with the existing organizational structure, you will need to institute changes either to the work or the organizational structure. For example, let's assume that your business has launched a new product line, but the current organizational structure does not allow for effective and efficient management of this product line. In this case, it might be necessary to make a change to the organizational structure to allow the new product line to be managed more effectively and efficiently, say by adding a new business division or department to deal with the new product line. That's for the step 3.
My name is Mirza Azubir Mazhar and I will be explaining about the disadvantages of congruence model. So the first one is not solving problems, because this model acts as a tool where it only helps an organization to find and recognizes problems, but not really to fix the problems or giving the solutions to that problems. In other words, it never really tells us what is the best culture, what is the best structure to be used in an organization. And next one is focus mostly on internal environments, which also means this model recognizes only the internal problems but not both internal and external problems, so let alone the solutions to that problems. So for the last slide is our references and sources used. So the first one is from a YouTube video called Congruence Method by Muhammad Nur Hisham, and second one is from a website MindTools, the Nudler Tushman Congruence Model, aligning the drivers of the high performance. And lastly, from a website Small Business, where it explains about the pros and cons of the congruence model, and by Chirantan Basu.